welcome everybody, those who are watching us, who are listening. Welcome for a next chapter of the Ocular Insider, our new podcast episode, special edition, because we have a special guest today. So let me to go briefly and inform you what will be today about. So today's special edition is about the cooperation between two industry partners in eye care industry, players in ocular healthcare, and how this cooperation can accelerate definitely the awareness of better customer care and support for our patients. So I would like to introduce you and welcome to our today discuter, Petra Bruckmüller, CEO of the and President of the ESW company. So Petra, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, thank you, Peter, for this nice welcome. Thank you, Sumit, to join us today. It's really a very nice platform, a new program initiated here to bring the experts together to talk about a very important subject. We as a company, as you know, Peter, our target, our mission is to help eye care practitioners, eye care professionals to better educate and to better create this awareness about dry eye. It's not always about devices. It's really to create this good direction, this good journey together with patients. And we know, and I think you will agree, from the industry side, we have a different responsibility than the eye care experts. So I'm happy to join here also and to sit together for this podcast. I'm sure we will discover together a very interesting path through this mission together. But yes, thank you, Peter, for this topic. And I would like to hand over to you, Sumit. Thank you for coming and joining us today.
So before Sumit Chamaria, Appasamy, Senior Brand Manager, will tell us a little bit, just to those who doesn't know Petra. Petra is an entrepreneur and is definitely CEO and President of ESW Group, and is always inspiration for all us youngest. So for industry, not that means the youngest in the knowledge. No, definitely Petra stay always young and charming, and I'm very always happy to learn a lot of insights from her, like standing outside from the problem, and it is many times much better because you can see the things from different objectives. So thank you, Petra, being with us today, and I'm very happy to introduce you a little bit and ask Sumit Chamaria from Appasamy company. Sumit, can you tell us a little bit about your journey to come to brings you here, and just to educate our listeners and those who are watching on YouTube? So Sumit.
Yeah, thank you, Peter. Thank you, Petra, for the warm invite. It's always a delight. I represent Appasamy Associates, a vision of 40 years in treatment of eye care. A to Z complete. My treatment is provided by Appasamy, making it more affordable to billions of patients globally. Under the leadership of Sendil and Thiru Kure, I represent Appasamy in a very important discussion on dry eye. Why dry eye? Because second most common disease and has been ignored thoroughly, and how we together as industry partners, rightly mentioned by Peter, Petra and we together, how we are going to make a big impact for dry eye patients across the globe. We are not only going to give them a good solution in part when it comes to treatment, but how diagnosis is going to play an important role in this journey. And representing India, where second most largest populated country in the world, where the dry eye incidence is increasing day by day. The screen time is increasing day by day, and it's going to be a severe problem, and it's going to be a dry eye. And how seriously we are going to take it, it all depends on us. So in our discussion today, let us have a conversation around it.
Super. Well, nevertheless, Sumit is there, has a long experience. He's a educated pharmacist, terrible pharmacist, and also have a deep background from communication between the customers, patients. So I'm very happy to have you here because you can tell us your insights from the side of the experiences dealing with the patients. And this is very important that for you who was watching us and also listen to see this from other side of the wall, but also how the companies wants to help the professionals to increase this. So let's jump to the first questions. And I know that you already opened a little bit the subject. So Petra, Sumit, what is your experience since, and what is your understanding of the dry eye issue in your surrounding? It can be general, it can be something that you feel it, that you is visible. And let's hear what is your objectives? Sumit, Petra,
Okay.
lady first.
Okay. The dry eye itself is, of course, a condition which will be met more and more frequent. That's clear. When we started our mission 6, 7, nearly 8 years back, it was really in many areas, also in India, still a very virgin topic. It was not recognized. It was recognized as a disease, but a disease already in a severe state. What we always tried to alert from the beginning is that let's take care already in a very early stage. In the best case, in the prevention stage. And I think more and more now, industry and eye care partners and professionals and patients find together to also recognize and see that dry eye is not only a disease. It is a lifestyle condition. It is part of our life. And the best we can together we can create a solution, the better it will be for all our generations' future, and especially for the youngers. But please, Sumit.
I totally agree with you, Petra. One thing which is not going to change is our screen times. No, it is going to increase day by day. We are not going to reduce it.
No.
And the more we, get used to of these digital assets, the more dry eye, intensity or the severity is going to increase. So how we are going to bring awareness, as you rightly mentioned, the treatment was more on the severe part, but nothing was done on the mild or the early diagnosis of it. So how we can do that? If you see, diabetes is one of the very common things, and a lot of awareness is there. When I was searching on Google, the percentage of patients suffer from dry eye and diabetes is almost similar. Okay, so the awareness of diabetes is significantly high, but not with the dry eye. How do we bridge this gap? I think so. We all have an important role to play here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a nice bridge between the next question, definitely. So would you see as a difficulty in this awareness to educating the patients and especially public society to be actively, let's say, asking for solutions? What do you think is the effect? How the we and as a industry players can help practitioners to increase this awareness and also help the outcomes like from surgeries and diabetic patients, the glaucoma patients. What do you think could be a key for a future?
I'll answer it in 2 steps. In patient point of view, they should not treat dry eye as a very significant disease, but they should think it is a normal thing and it can be cured, it can be treated, okay, and it should not have any stigma attached to it. Yeah, they should go by themselves for a screening. Yet it helps them to get diagnosed early so that they don't have those difficulties of severe dry eye. In terms of doctors or the clinicians, if they make it more accessible, the diagnostic tools to the patient, reducing the initial cost of diagnosis. I have a thought in diabetes there are a lot of camps which happen for free screening. If clinicians can think of something like that, going random places and doing a free checkup of how many patients are having just dry, does not need any intervention, right? Hardly takes with our product PHA, hardly takes 2 to 3 minutes. Patient will get a very clear report that is good for the patient and good for the clinician. He have a early diagnosis.
Absolutely. And if I may add here something which you brought already as this bridge, if we consider that just in India, 25% of all worldwide cataracts are happening there. That means it's a huge, huge number where, of course, once surgery is done, we talk about this post-surgery service. But I think we from the industry have our more or less a 3 steps programming. The first step for us as a supplier, as a manufacturer, is to innovate and to bring solutions that fit to our industry partners, need that fit to eye care partners, need that fit, finally, and that's the most important, to patients' needs, like we talked about the modern lifestyle. The second point is, which we take very seriously, is our innovations cannot bring the message to the world. We want to really trust, and we are fully committed here to enter, like now with Appasamy, into this type of strategic partnerships, because you have only in India, if we regard, more than 20,000 accounts accessible, where, as mentioned in your press communication, you want to give 30 million patients access to this technology, which we could never, that's really a responsibility we are very happy and very proud to share with our partners. And the third step is this ongoing and permanent patient education, to help each other really to create it not as a disease education, it is a lifelong condition, and it will be a standard to receive the service, a standard to receive, in if severe case, a pre-post-surgery service with this application. But definitely, I think this circle around this responsibility is something very interesting to develop this journey together and to try to help the experts in the best way with innovative solutions, but also always to have this voice from the market, very important.
So of course, not to open everything, put it in a package or put it in our future products. What do you think, Petra, as the be part of the head of this development, and definitely, how do you feel that SWIN can help the world to discover this, enlarging the awareness? What are the maybe tricks by your visits that could happen that doctors are more open to start discussing?
I think, Peter, it's not about these tricks we need to have. We continue our journey to try to surprise the market, always with innovations. One innovation, of course, with our first application device, the EI, was perfectly done through all our partners helping in supporting this. But the most important is the same question like you followed in India. How can we give 30 million patients access? And we see it also globally. 1.4 billion worldwide are suffering or know or get affected by dry eyes. So what can be, and will be our challenge, our trick, to develop solutions that can be made accessible to a majority of people, younger, mid-age, every generation, to give a proper service solution. And this will finally also convince, I think, the eye care experts to simply have it on board, that you have something making patients' eyes happy again, as you always say, should be a standard in every practice.
Yeah, I definitely like, Sumit, your beautiful comments, and I know we have a limited time for this small podcast, and I want to bring this nice insight. How do you feel that Appasamy and the people behind feel this responsibility to share it? Is it because it's always interesting being in this industry quite a long time, and I'm happy that seeing this from all both sides. So especially Appasamy is a rising star from India a couple years ago and playing more and more in role. So what is the objectives of Appasamy? I know that money is not only the reason, but it's definitely like you said.
Yes. Peter and Petra, we have around 700 sales teams in India, one of the largest fleet. So, as you rightly mentioned, numbers are not the only outcome we are looking for. So we want to make the eye care access to each and every deserving patient. Patient should not be deprived because of the money, because of the access. Yes. So there are two important things. So when we are partnering with the ESW Vision, we had a gap of portfolio with dry eye. So we are partner with them. They come with a revolutionary technology, and it will help a lot of patients to get that in India at a very good price and good access. Yep. Next thing we were talking about the diagnosis. So as I said, we are there in loop and corners, tier 1, tier 2 cities of India, and with a very wide reach and service of Appasamy. Peter and team will help us to bridge the gap of dry eye, and we will have happy eyes back again.
Yeah.
I like the word or the phrase what ESW Vision has coined is the dry eye specialist. Yeah. So I'm feeling myself proud to call as a dry eye specialist. When I meet a doctor, I like to introduce myself as a dry eye specialist and not as Sumit. Right. So that's going to be my vision or my goal ahead and right. Treat the dry eye patients.
Thank you so much because I think we had a very short talk, but with a very nice highlights. I put down some of them. I definitely dry eye should be not stigma. Dry eye is something that will be with us, and like previously, I like Andres Benatti from Argentina claim this is here and will be for a long time, and we should be prepared.
Just the first step of the
And it's
beat.
just the first step, and it definitely dry eye treatment, advanced dry eye treatment, screening should be standard, protocols in a practitioner's flow, more access.
So I'll just add, yeah, please. It should not be only at ophthalmologist. Yes. Or
Thank you. I will do that.
it should be at a general clinician, general physician, diabetologist from the level of optometrician should be able to access it anywhere. They should not only go to ophthalmologist because I am having dry eye.
So I'm great that industry players are having this mission in mind. So to help you, help us, help other patients, help my patient personal experiences, definitely. I'm also very happy that these innovations may change the world for a future. And this is exactly what the industry key players are definitely doing. So thank you so much for your time, Petra, Sumit, for your nice insight. And I'm happy to invite you guys for listening next chapters and hopefully also from nice places like this from Seville in France, French Optical Ophthalmology Association meetings. So I'm sure that we will be meeting more and more with also with nice persons and also maybe with some more insights from different companies in industry because I believe it's also very interesting message. So thank you so much being with us today and hope you to see you soon. Yeah. So
Thank you.
goodbye and you soon.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.